What it is, my 10 Peace and Grease here, and for today's WDIF, or Where Do I Find, we're talking systems. Now, whether or not you're wanting to build a particular item for Fortuna, like, say, the Gyromag, for example, or whether or not you're simply trying to level up with Voxelaris, that's a little duck, by the way, you're going to need systems. Now, there are three different types of systems. There's the standard and very common Gyromag systems, the middle-of-the-road, uncommon Atmo systems, and finally, the rarer of the three, the Repeller systems. Now, the obvious question you're probably going to be asking here is, okay, Peace, where do I go and how do I consistently farm these over and over again? Now, me personally, I actually will farm Profit Taker. Now, depending on what phase you want to farm, it's entirely up to you. I will typically farm Phase 2. Now, for Phase 2, you don't really need much. One thing you have to have done, though, is you need to get your Solaris United standing to max rank. Now, how you get it there is entirely up to you. Whether you go fishing, whether you go mining, my personal recommendation is you actually perform the hunting, conservation activities. Those seem to be the best bang for the buck. But again, however you get to max standing is entirely up to you. I personally like to use a stealth frame, so whatever stealth frame that you prefer is also fine. And then I will then take a powerful weapon with me. Again, that's entirely up to you. Companion doesn't matter. Just remember, if you take a very weak or underpowered companion, the enemies in Orbalis don't tend to play around too much, and they can down it pretty quickly. So, let's jump into Fortuna, and I will show you my preferred farming method. Now, you can pretty much farm any phase of Profit Taker that you choose. If you want to actually fight Profit Taker, by all means, go ahead and do so. It's only like a 5-minute fight, and the systems and debt bonds and the charisma toroids do seem to drop a very good amount in that fight, and that's entirely fine if you prefer to run that. I just tend to go with Phase 2, and the reason that I choose Phase 2 is that because, quite simply, it's a single stage. It consists of going into the mission, going to the Corpus building, killing 3 enemies, coming out, killing 2 Ambulus, grab a data mass, and then back to Fortuna again. So you can run this extremely quickly. Now there is yet another option for getting systems, and that is Little Duck over here.
Getting into trouble.
Now for standing, you can just buy the systems you want once you get to a certain level with Voxelaris. The Gyromag systems are 1,000 standing, the Atmo systems are 2,500, and finally the Repeller systems are 5,000 standing. Now, while I can buy these, quite honestly, I think these are too overpriced. For example, if I need 5 Repeller systems, that's going to cost me 25,000 standing. That's almost my daily cap per standing. And I just flat out refuse to spend that kind of standing for systems. However, it's an option. If you have the standing, by all means, go ahead. That's entirely up to you. Me personally, as I said, I will farm Profit Taker. So when I say Phase 2, what I'm referring to is this one right here, Profit Taker Phase 2. As you can see from the reward pool, the Gyromag systems are a common drop, and you get 5 of them. The uncommon drop is the Atmo systems, you get 4 of those. And finally, the rare drops are the Repeller systems, you get 3 of those. Now, considering that this mission only takes a few minutes to run, and you can run it extremely quickly, it just increases your odds of getting those systems. Alright, so let's jump into Phase 2, and we'll take you through it. Now, I like to use a stealth frame, as I said, and just simply run through the building really quickly. I take out the 3 enemies, then jump through, take out the 2 Ambulus, and then head right back to Fortuna with the data mass, and then just rinse and repeat. Now, unfortunately, because Repeller systems are a rare drop and the Atmos are the uncommon drop, you just don't see them all that much. But I will tell you, Gyromag systems drop all the dang time, and I'm sitting at almost 100 Gyromag systems at this point. So yeah, I am in no need of Gyromag systems in any way, shape, or form. I could definitely always use more Atmo and more Repeller systems. So hopefully this video will help you figure out the best way for you personally to go about getting these. As with all farming, my motto is simple: get in, get out, get done. That's the whole idea behind my farming methods. Now I normally just jump up over this statue here, over their shoulder. You can go left to right, jump down the stairwell, and then you've got two doors at the end of this room. You can go through the left or right, it doesn't matter, whichever one you happen to prefer. Again, you can go through the left straight room or the right, they lead to the same location. And then you're just simply trying to get down into this drop here. They have to wait for all these NPCs to chatter away before the enemy will finally spawn. When the enemy does finally spawn, there they are. Quickly take them out and move on to the second enemy. And you will normally find the second enemy in the next room through the vent, usually. Again, it's up to you. If you want to go to the vent, you can.
And you've got to get them quick, as those suckers expire if they're not reauthorized on the regular.
Each passkey is held by a corpus director. Their skins.
Now, typically, these three enemies do tend to be in the same spot every time, which makes it really easy for you to get into this mission and get these enemies down and get out. But once you do get those three enemies down, it's just a matter of getting to the ambulance. Just go over the shoulder the same way that you came in of that statue.
Can't believe they fell for that. Well, they've got the director's attention. Coming out for a nosy, heavily armed and all.
I was hoping my invis would be ready to use before I got here, but that's okay. It worked out. So you just got to take out these two ambulances, and they can be kind of a handful. The sweet spot to really nail them is between the chest, and of course I've got every enemy in my way.
One target remains.
And I missed. Eventually I'm going to get it. There we go. So once you get that done, you just simply grab the data mask right here, pick that up, and you're on your way out. Now how you prefer to get out of here, Arcwing, K-Drive, doesn't matter, entirely up to you. You do you. So with that said, we now quickly fly back to Fortuna. And we get to see what the reward is. And we can hope that we get the repeller. And see, as you can, we get the Gyromag systems. It is the systems, and if you're needing Gyromag systems, there you go. You'll get them very quickly. Unfortunately, it was not the Atmo, and it was not the repeller, but it was the systems nonetheless. Now, unfortunately, Little Duck does not go outside after you take a bounty. What this means is you're going to have to go back into the back room to get the new bounty every single time. Unfortunately, you can't just simply get a bounty outside over and over and over again. You actually have to come into this back room, you have to select Profit Taker, and you have to select the phase all over again. That's annoying. But again, all of this takes longer than the actual mission. And if you can run, you know, 5 of these missions in 20 minutes, yeah, you have really good odds of getting the systems at some point that you're looking for. So, but hopefully that helps you guys out. Let me know down in the comment section how you have found to be the best way to farm systems. And until next time, peace and grease.